What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with Dark Outpost, and Ubisoft is no stranger to controversy, especially over the past couple months. But now they are being forced to bend the knee, grovel, and apologize to the Twitter mob, who will never accept their apology over something that is absolutely insane. And we're going to take a look at this. It all has to do with a Tom Clancy mobile game, for the real gamers out there who play mobile games. And you can see from this headline here, Ubisoft to remove image of raised black fist from Tom Clancy's elite squad. Now, the reason the image has triggered some people is because, heaven forbid, a raised fist is used to symbolize the villains in this arc for this Tom Clancy game. I have to be perfectly honest, I haven't played this game. Considering the fact that it's on mobile, that shouldn't really surprise many of you, but just being honest, being upfront about it. Critics said the raised fist evoked Black Lives Matter and cast the organization as villains. Heaven forbid a raised fist associated with Black Lives Matter, like we saw just the other day with a woman being yelled at and told to raise her fist in the air. Heaven forbid that be portrayed as something that might be not good. French game publisher Ubisoft is apologizing to fans. They're apologizing to people on Twitter, not fans. Let's get that straight. After a video showed the opening sequence to Tom Clancy's elite squad showed images of a raised black fist, which critics said was insensitive and appeared to connect Black Lives Matter to a fictional terrorist organization in the game. Let's just go ahead and take a look at this because I think you should all see for yourselves and judge for yourselves whether such outrage is actually necessary. Now, this person did a screen record from their phone. So we'll go past the first little bits of it here. All right, let's start now.
The world is in an alarming state. Wars, corruption, and poverty have made it more unstable than ever as the situation keeps worsening.
All right, so we have protesters and we have police. This one person, they don't necessarily look black, but they do have their arm in the air, a fist in the air, and a bunch of protesters.
Anger is brewing. From between the cracks, a new threat has emerged to take advantage of escalating civil unrest. They are known as Umbra, a faceless organization that wants to build a new world order.
So here you go. Bring the system down in a couple of raised black fists. Now, the idea is that this is a shadowy organization that is trying to take advantage of things, right, to spin it to their narrative. So your job as the protagonist, you're to track down this shady, seedy people that are basically corrupting this movement.
They claim to promote an egalitarian utopia to gain popular support. While behind the scenes, Umbra organizes deadly terrorist attacks to generate even more chaos and weaken governments.
Right, so that's the imagery that they were really worried about. The fact that there's protesters there and they say that behind the scenes, there's some people that are controlling this organization. Yeah, maybe it hits a little too close to home for people, to be quite honest with you. I get that. I get that it might hit too close to home. I don't think they were necessarily trying to portray Black Lives Matter in this as the villain. That raised fist, we have seen that for years and years and years. Now, whether you think that that's associated with something positive or negative is up to you. But on both sides of the political spectrum, we have seen a clenched fist like that used. We have seen people raise their fists like that. In solidarity in some ways. Now that might be for, say, black nationalism or in some cases for white nationalism. There's different things that has been used for. You can't claim that a raised fist is just associated with Black Lives Matter, but that's exactly what everyone did. After the video was uploaded, several fans criticized how the imagery, including the fist, appeared to cast the Black Lives Matter movement as a terrorist group. Again, not what they did. Not what they did, necessarily. One Twitter user who's a senior programmer at Massive Entertainment, a studio owned by Ubisoft, tweeted that the video was gross and extremely disrespectful. Now, Ubisoft has, of course, apologized. Look at this. Imagery that appeared in the opening video sequence of Tom Clancy's elite squad featuring a raised fist was insensitive and harmful in both its inclusion and how it was portrayed. We've listened to and appreciate the players in the broader community who have pointed it out, and we apologize. We're sorry. The raised fist imagery will be removed in the next title update this Tuesday on Android and as soon as possible on iOS. And do you think that this worked? Do you think that they were like, okay, well, we get it. You guys made a mistake. You're good to go. No, of course not, because you can never apologize to these people. This guy here, who looks like an EVS sketch, says, insensitive to who, Ubisoft? Say with your chest. Your games are political, and the politics you're displaying vilify anti-fascists and black people. You want to do this right? Then do it right or don't do it at all. A terrorist organization. It's not only the imagery that's harmful, it's the entire concept of the game. It'll be insensitive and harmful anyway, but it's also especially poor timing, inciting hatred towards protesters who are a thinly veiled allegory for BLM when they're the people suffering IRL right now. Yes, so now all the people in the comments who were all bitching on Twitter about a raised fist, when they say they'll remove the fist, they say, well, it's not really about that. It's the entire thing. You're showing protesters could be protesting for something that they've been manipulated to protest for? How dare you, as we see the state of the entire world right now. The irony should not be lost on anyone. You have other people here. Look, POC in play. Creating initiatives and events to amplify the inclusion of people of color in the UK video games industry. That's their bio. The fix is not as simple as removing a raised fist. The problem runs at the core, in the story, the presentation of different characters, the design and art decisions made. It ignores the fundamental problem that inclusion, cultural sensitivity, and empathy weren't considered. Bunophile, I don't want to know anything about this person. Glad they fixed the raised fist imagery. The whole video game is now a piece Ubi can be truly proud of. No more dog whistling. Absolutely no fascism. Just 100% pure apolitical gameplay. F off, right? Like, this is so insane. These people, these couple people who are never going to play your game, Ubisoft, who will never play your game. They will never care about this. They're just complaining because they saw a couple raised fists and immediately associated with that with the most recent thing they've seen a raised fist with. They didn't actually listen to the trailer, none of that. They are not your customers, but you're going to apologize to them and they're going to keep dogpiling you. That is all that's going to happen. When will these companies and corporations learn that it doesn't matter what you do and if you apologize? Those people out there don't care. They will not buy your product, and it never works out to apologize to them. In all the articles that are coming out, they're now mentioning all the other stuff that's going on at Ubisoft, the toxic workplace, the sexism that's rampant at Ubisoft. Because again, even when you apologize for that, it will still be brought up in every single article that these people talk about you. So it doesn't work. Apologizing to these woke weirdos will not work. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Do you think Ubisoft should have apologized? Do you think they should have left the raised black fist in there? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.